Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for the week of. No, this is for the first 3 months. Someone asked me if I would do first quarter readings, and I said yes. You have this Nourishment and Transformation card and this Cunning and Stealth card. So, I think you've had these cards of nourishment with me, like the Empress, for example, in the past. And, you've just had like several readings that I think say that it would be a really good time for you to heal, rest, relax, recover, take good care of yourself. The list goes on and on there for you, Virgo. So that's what I would be focusing on if I were you, is just healing and taking care of yourself and all that other good stuff. So you also have that Cunning and Stealth card. What's really interesting is a couple of people have had cards already that would really represent like working in silence, keeping things to yourself, especially if you're working on like a new project or a new business, or if you're thinking about making big changes in your life. It might be a good time to just not tell anyone about it so that they don't ruin it, right? And like I said, it's kind of like an energy that I have noticed across several of the readings, and it kind of makes sense. We still have Mars retrograde until, you might as well say until April 30th, because we're in the shadow. It goes direct on February 23rd, but we're in the shadow until the end of April. So, again, I would definitely keep things to yourself. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Judgment card. The Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work, so I think it would be an amazing time to work on a team with people who are important and who lift you up. I think sometimes, not always, but sometimes I think the important thing about the Three of Pentacles is the fact that this guy is standing on this bench right here, and he is kind of like being lifted up. These two people here have come in a support position. They are supporting his position, looking up to these Three Pentacles. So I think for a lot of you, this is about, that's really what this is about. It's about receiving support on what you're working towards. And I would make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who support your vision or support whatever you're doing. You have the Page of Cups. Definitely a little bit of love here. Again, the beginning of the year, for whatever reason, seems to be a good time for love. So if you want love, you could be meeting a new person. You have the Ten of Cups and the Lovers both showing up in this reading. And the Page of Cups would represent an admirer or a new person who is interested in you. And I definitely feel that there could be a new person who's interested in you with that Page of Cups. You have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about waking up to your purpose. The Judgment card represents answering the call of your purpose. This right here is your higher self angel, and your higher self angel is trying to get your attention and is calling these people up from these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So this card is all about kind of like stepping into new life. I forgot to say, we're doing past, present, future outcome. So this is coming up in your past position. And this really makes sense to me because all 2024, I was saying to you that, it seems to me like you are revisiting something about yourself that you used to do, or it's almost like Virgo has been getting this message that's saying that you are using a skill that you used to use quite a bit in your life, and it's like now you're using that skill more. And this could be any skill, but I kind of feel like you are using a skill, and it could be something that is going to get you attention. We go up to the Six of Wands here, so whatever the skill is could be bringing in a lot of attention. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says follow your heart. Queen of Cups is a heart-based energy. And so she normally is holding that big cup in front of her. And that cup doesn't even look like a cup. It actually looks like a trophy. So, in a lot of ways, this card kind of represents following your heart or listening to what your heart is telling you and moving in the direction of your heart. With the Page of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, a lot of people have been getting the Ten of Wands as well. I think people could just be very busy, kind of in a good way. I would be careful still with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is kind of like good, bad. In some ways, it's good because the guy on this card, he planted those 10 wands, and he's almost at his home in the background, so he is almost going to have a harvest. He is carrying a harvest. it's bad if we are carrying the responsibilities of other people. So I always say to me, tarot is not just like this or that. Tarot is kind of like a spectrum of energy, right? And I feel sometimes we need to ask ourselves the question, is this responsibility mine? It really says you have enough on your plate. Do you need to be carrying other people's responsibilities? The answer is probably not. But I also kind of feel like your hard work is paying off a little bit with the Ten of Wands. With the Judgment card, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is, again, about like working towards that one vision. And you have the reason I'm really saying this is you have the Star here as well. And the Star is about having a North Star, or having that, guiding light, that one thing that you work towards that brings in success or abundance or whatever it is that you're looking for. So I think in a lot of ways this is saying you need to pay attention and, kind of bring in or move towards that like one thing, your ultimate vision, or you need to have like one goal that you try to accomplish. And I feel that your higher self is trying to get your attention with this Judgment card, and is trying to get you to move towards like a higher vision, or is trying to get you to move towards like a big goal, wish, or dream. Next, in your present position, you have this Courage card. It says boost your courage so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way. With the Star, we really have to shine our light. And you also have the Six of Wands here, which is putting yourself out there. So definitely could be a time to do that. You have the Success and Triumph card. It says nothing will be able to get in your way. You will surely come out on top. Damn. Love it, Virgo. Definitely could be coming out on top. And what do you know? We have a butterfly here. You've been getting butterflies with me for 900 years now. So I think for a lot of you, you could be having success in some sort of transformation that you're going through. You have the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. The Five of Cups can represent regrets or sadness. I think some of you need to let go of regrets or things that didn't work out. The solution of the Five of Cups is that he has to turn around and see these two cups, then he gets this bridge and this castle. So I think there's a better opportunity behind you to get something better. But the point of the Five of Cups is that he has lost his taste for wine. So he once enjoyed wine. It once brought him enjoyment, but he is sad because something that he used to enjoy, he no longer enjoys anymore. Really, all he has to do is go find something else. So I definitely get that feeling with the Five of Cups, that if you have lost something that you did enjoy, but you really wouldn't even accept it back into your life anyway, it's time to find something else. You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, again, can represent disappointment. It's the card of contemplation and apathy. He has tried to manifest something 3 times before, and now he's receiving this other cup that's coming into his life right here, but he isn't accepting this cup because he's been disappointed before. The Four of Cups basically says you need to look at those disappointments that you've had in the past, and you need to see what you have learned from those disappointments. When you mix all that together, then you have the skills to accept this cup right here. So I think that it's time for kind of like something new here, Virgo. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, or something good coming in after a difficult period of time. So I feel that for you here. It could be love, but I kind of feel more fortune after difficulty type energy on this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is also about finding happiness, and so I do believe that a lot of you with this reading could be finding more happiness, or you could just be entering into a more blessed time. You have that Star card, which would kind of represent entering into like a time of blessings. With the Five of Cups, you have the Devil. You have the Devil twice right here. Here and here. We also have the Eight of Swords. So this is clearly something, the Devil is something that needs to be released in your life. The Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways of doing things. So sometimes we have to release the Devil to set ourselves free, and that's kind of what I feel like you have to do here. With the Four of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles says pay attention to what's working. Six of Pentacles is my card of planting seeds in a direction. We have to try something, see if it works. And, in work and business and love and all areas of our life, we have to try one step. If it works, great, take another step. If it doesn't, change direction or do something new. And so I think this is about paying attention to cause and effect as it happens in your life. That's probably going to be your best bet here, Virgo. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Both cards can kind of represent a dream. These 10 cups exist above those people's heads. They are visualizing or seeing those cups above their heads. I always say, the reason they're seeing the cups above their heads is because they're standing in the real world. They still have to deal with all the real world problems, issues, and challenges, but their choice is to be happy, so they're choosing happiness. With the Seven of Cups, the guy on the card is picturing those 7 cups. There are good things and bad things in those cups, but he's imagining something, but he doesn't really know what the outcome is going to be unless he tries it. So the 7 of Cups kind of says you need to bring a dream down to earth, because that's what you're not going to know if it's good or bad until you do it. So I think that for a lot of you, this is about manifesting something on earth. Next, in the area of your future, you have this Go For It card. Love it. And you also have this Accept Help card. I would say accepting the right help. Remember, there's definitely this energy in the first few months of keeping things to yourself. Now, again, I always tell people life is not black and white. Two things can be true at once. Reading can say that you need to keep things to yourself, but you also need to get help. It's like, I've built several businesses in my life. I'm working on a startup right now. For the first 2 years that I was working on it, I told no one in my life, but there were certain people I had to tell. The people that I hired to build it were the people that I had to tell, right? So it's like, two things can be true at once. I did not tell my family for no reason other than they don't understand my idea. So it just makes me not do it, right? But there were other people that I had to tell. So that's kind of the energy I get here. It's like, there's some people that you won't tell, some people you will tell. And again, obviously context matters, right? So pay attention. You have the 6 of Wands, Go For It. You have that Go For It card. The 6 of Wands is a card of victory or success. So I do feel there could be big victories or big successes coming in for you with the 6 of Wands. I feel like it's a great time of growth for you as well here, Virgo. So normally I don't really look at this card as a card of growth, but I do feel that there could be some growth. You have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is self-imposed restriction. She is keeping herself stuck in these 8 swords. The thing about the 8 of Swords is that she could easily set herself free. She could take her blindfold off and she could walk away from these 8 swords. The 8 of Swords kind of represents only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways of doing things. We also go up here to the Lovers. The Lovers can represent having a choice to make or picking a new direction or needing to pick a new direction. So I feel that for a lot of you, this could say that there are more solutions to your problems or whatever you're dealing with than you realize. And I would just be open to different solutions and different ways of doing things. The Lovers can also kind of say that there is a new path that you are not aware of yet. So if you've been working on something and you're feeling stuck with 8 of Swords, it just says, again, stay open to all solutions. You have the Devil here. You have the Devil twice. I would be careful of toxic people. Like I said, it's like some of us, we have people in our life who are toxic, who hate on our ideas. Those are the people I would avoid. There are other people who support our ideas, and those are the people that I would focus on. So, again, I think this is kind of about making that choice of who you listen to, who you don't listen to, who you take advice from. And, it's like a delicate balancing act that you have to take here. With the 6 of Wands, you have the Justice card. We see a lot of justice energy here, actually, because we have this. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. So balance is going to be very important. I also think cause and effect or equal give and take is also going to be something that is going to be very important for you at this time with the Justice card. So, again, I would definitely pay attention to that. With the 8 of Swords, you have the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. So I think that there could be a lot of improvements coming in for you over the next few months. The thing about the 6 of Swords is that it's not really a card of starting over, starting from scratch, but it kind of is at the same time. The woman and the child in this boat that are on this card, they have nothing on them but the clothing on their back. So they are completely moving on from something and, letting go of the past, basically. So a lot of you might be completely moving on from something that you've dealt with in the past, and you could be moving forward in a new direction towards, something new. And that's kind of the energy I get here. But here's the thing, is that the woman and the child, they have the swords in the front of their boat. The swords represent the lessons, the spiritual lessons, the things that they learn, their knowledge and wisdom, all that stuff. They are bringing that with them forward. So if you feel like you're starting over, really you're not. You're starting from a place of knowledge and wisdom. With the Devil card, you have the 8 of Swords again. Yes, there's definitely, I would get rid of whatever this devil is. It could be anything. It could be a person. It could be a habit. It could be something that's toxic or a bad habit that you have. We all have bad habits, so not calling you out here. It doesn't have to be like anything. People think of the devil as like addiction and things like that, but it could just be that maybe you watch too much Netflix or something like that, right? And so I would be looking at the things in your life that really steal from your life and don't provide real fulfillment, and those are the things I would work on with that devil energy. Next, in the area of your outcome, you have this swan spirit, says time for a deep dive. You also have this bat spirit that says a rebirth is assured. Judgment. Judgment is rebirth. I mean, mark my words. It would not surprise me, Virgo, if you were going to use some sort of skill that you've developed in the past to improve your life. Like, again, I think a lot of you could be using an old skill that you used to use in the past. This came up for you all 2024, and so I think that's what you're doing here. The time for deep dive card would be about exploring your emotions. It's like sometimes I think we stop doing something that we used to do, that we used to enjoy, and then we come back to it because our emotions are kind of guiding us back to it. And that's definitely what I feel, with this energy, is that you might need to return to something. You have the Lovers, the Star, and the Two of Pentacles. The Lovers, of course, can represent love coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be a new love connection that's returning to your life. And I don't think it's a return. I think this is probably a new person. If you already have love, I feel really good about this as well. Again, at the end of kind of like the last few months of 2024, I was feeling really good for you, Virgo, if you're already in a connection. So again, some of you could be deepening a connection you're in or improving it. I also, again, if you don't have love, I feel like there obviously could be love. On top of all that, I think there is definitely a choice or a different direction. Lovers, sometimes I feel, just says move in the new direction. You have the Star. I definitely feel it's time for you to shine, and get attention. Three of Pentacles twice. That's attention. Six of Wands, that guy on the horse is getting attention. The Star says you need to be the star. So I definitely feel it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to see, to get the light, or to step into the light, to step into the limelight even. And, that's what I would be doing with the Star. The Star is also about your purpose. The Star, this is your North Star. It is your guiding light. It's like that one big goal, wish, or dream that you really want to accomplish in life. And if you focus on this and you accomplish it, you will be successful. So it's all about like really focusing on what you really want to accomplish in life and making it happen. And usually if we do that, if we accomplish something hard, we become the star. We become an inspiration to other people. And I think, now with Pluto and Aquarius, that's what Pluto and Aquarius is all about. It's about being a star, but for other people. You have the Two of Pentacles. I think it's going to be a very busy end to the year. I feel very good about this. I feel like you are busy because you're motivated. And I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well, but I definitely get that feeling here for you, Virgo, where it's like, yeah, you're busy and you have a lot going on, but I think you can handle it. And I also think you're busy for a good reason. With the Lovers, you have the Nine of Swords. I do feel like some of you are fearing repeating a cycle. So again, if you are finding love, you could be attractive to a lot of people. One thing I will tell you is Venus is going into Pisces, your opposite sign, which again, when things go into our opposite sign, sometimes we also benefit from the energy more than everyone else. So with Venus and Pisces, you could be getting a lot of attention. Now, Venus will be going retrograde this year. But still, I think that you could be getting a lot of attention because of it. And the Nine of Swords just says, don't repeat mistakes. With another butterfly, you cannot make this up. With the Star card, you have the Temperance card. It's like the change you've been waiting for is happening, and you've been waiting for this for a long time because you've been getting butterflies with me forever. And I think that you could finally be making, that change that you've been hoping for, that you've been hoping to make. With the Two of Pentacles, wrong camera, you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction, and the Lovers, we were basically talking about moving in a new direction with the Lovers. And so I think that for a lot of you, the Fool could say that you're about to have a fresh start, or you're about to take a leap of faith towards a fresh start in a new direction. You have this Negotiation card. This is a good card. It's Jupiter and Libra, and so a lot of you could be and we see a lot of this justice energy in your reading. So a lot of you could be creating more balance in your life, or you could be just kind of like balancing things out in general. You have more butterflies. You cannot make this up. You have this Discrimination card, and it has butterflies all over it. This is a card about being able to tell what's good for you and what's bad for you, and I would pay attention, especially with the Devil showing up twice. You have the convention card. I'm not a big fan of convention right now. Convention is basically the way things have always been done. But with Pluto and Aquarius, we need to be innovative. So I would be practicing innovation or like learning new ways to do things basically. You have this appreciation card. This is a card of abundance or more abundance coming in for you. So there could be a lot more abundance coming in for you at this time. And nope, let's see. You have this, here you go. You have this originality card. See, I think you're taking an old idea or an old skill and you're making it more original. You know, it's like if I were to start a new YouTube channel, it's like I'd be taking my skills, but starting something new and different with it. You know, that's what I think you are doing. It's like I see Virgo, I think you have an amazing opportunity to take a skill that you have and kind of like transform it. Temperance, which is transformation. Judgment can also represent kind of a transformation, kind of. And, you know, I would say this is a skill that you're putting on display with like the Three of Pentacles, you know? So I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. And I think this will be, like, I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but I think this is bigger than you think. Like, it reminds me of, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those artists like on Instagram. Like, there are a bunch of artists. There's like one guy, I can't remember his name, but he like does sculpting or something, right? And he was making no money. And then he started doing limited drops on Instagram with his sculpting. He's now like a millionaire, right? He took a skill that he had and he turned it into something else much better. And I think you have that opportunity based off the energy of this reading, but also your past readings that you've had with me, Virgo. And I would be taking advantage of that. But this looks very good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your next 3 months.